One, hello, it's me. Welcome to the Interesting Book Club. This is apparently a thing. I'm Tom. I'm your host on this very sultry day. Zach, say hi.
Hello, where we've done many episodes of this so far. And this one's going to be different in that I am the one presenting a theory, and after presenting this one, I might be banned from ever doing it again. So
This
we'll see
is
how it goes.
this is very encouraging. I am going
The
to soon abandon my pleasant NPR voice in favor of my much more excitable standard one, carnival presenter voice, if you will. Zach, you're giving us the theories today.
Yeah, I'm giving you a theory today that I've warned you ahead of time is very dumb, and not especially groundbreaking or relevant, but it is the exact kind of thing I would expect George R. R. Martin to write, and I think he set it up just fine. Uh,
Okay. All right. The rules. Are we playing with the standard rules, the usual ones?
I have one quote that grounds this all together, and then I have 10 pieces of supporting evidence.
All right. And
Uh,
I'm trying to nail those as we're going. Is that the way we're playing?
yes, exactly.
All right.
And I'm going to start you off much like you did last time around with a Davos and Stannis quote that
Oh boy.
was somewhat like important to it, or like important in like a sense of where the theory is going, but not direct textual evidence. I have a Tormund quote
Oh
for
gosh.
you.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Okay. Quote.
If I had me a nice goose quill and a pot o' maester's ink, I could write down that me member was as long as thick in me arm. Wouldn't make it so. I'll send you the quote directly so you can.
Oh no. With the way we're recording, I absolutely cannot move from this tab.
Okay,
And a
so
pot
as
of
long as you get
Maester's
it
ink.
mostly right,
I could
I
write
would
right.
write down that
Yep.
me member was long and thick as me arm. Wouldn't make it so. There's some punctuation there. It's not perfect, but it doesn't matter. Uh, and that's a Torment quote.
Huh. Okay. 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 So we're talking about. I assume, and I've been wrong before. I
Mm,
assume that we're not literally talking about Tormund Giantsbane's penis in this theory.
this theory is not about Tormund Giantbane's penis. No, that is not at all what it's about.
I don't like that turn of phrase, but I'm gonna move on as though I didn't hear it. If I had me a nice goose quill and a pot of Maester's ink, I could write down that me member was long and thick as me arm. Wouldn't make it so. Man, that's some writing. Uh, so we are dealing with the concept of speaking things and making them true. That's a consistent theme over the course of George Martin's writing, right? Uh,
Yeah.
Power
Uh, uh,
lies where men think that it does, and propaganda, lying publicly, is one of the ways to change where people change the places that people think are important.
that's correct.
Am I
That is
beating around the
definitely
right bush?
you beating around a bush that might lead you to one piece of evidence that kind of helps, but I don't think you're not going for the throat there.
All right. Uh, I'm gonna let me start throwing some things around here, right? Let me just
Okay.
see what sticks to the wall. Um, the Melisandre Melisandre uh is a sorceress. She's a fire priestess. However, in her chapter in A Dance with Dragons, is revealed that she is nowhere near as powerful as she claims to be. She claims to be this uh, uh, godly priest with the power to bring down heaven's wrath on any who oppose her. But in reality, a lot of the things that she does are done through poultices and potions and exploding powders. She is much she is not entirely she certainly has power to some degree, but a lot of her mystique is personally affected, not unlike the mummers that we see, not even unlike a lot of the tricks that the faceless men use. Uh, are we discussing Melisandre's tricking of people and lying to people to get them to more strongly believe in R'hllor?
No, this is not a Melisandre theory. I can say that.
Okay. You know what, Zach? Deal me a card. Give me a
Let's
card.
roll a.
Give me
Let's
a
roll my d10 here. Rolling a d10. We're getting number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Number 2. This is just a piece of evidence, not a quote, so you don't need to get it exactly right.
I forgot that I was writing this down. I was like leaning back and relaxing.
I'm thinking of more evidence as I go along, so it might be a d12 next time as I write down more quotes. But
excellent.
Number 2 on
number
this
2
die is Marwyn is taking the cinnamon wind to Meereen.
Oh my god. Did I spell Meereen right? Is it 2 E's? Meereen? Meereen?
It's one of those two.
Meereen?
I don't know. There's a lot of E's here.
Meereen?
There's definitely a bunch of E's. I just don't know where they are.
Meereen?
Let me look at Meereen.
All right. Marwyn is taking the cinnamon wind to Meereen.
Meereen is 2 double E's. Meereen.
It's 2 double E's? That's wild.
I've always internalized it as only having 3 E's in it, but it has 4 E's in it.
That's too many E's. Marwyn is taking the cinnamon wind to Meereen. I might also have spelled cinnamon wrong, which is very funny.
No, I think you got cinnamon.
So the cinnamon wind is the boat that Sam and Gilly and Monster and just them. Just that.
Aemon's on it too, I think.
No, right? I think Aemon's dead by then. Spoilers. Unless I'm very much mistaken, which I certainly could be, I believe that they buried Aemon in Braavos. That Aemon died in Braavos. But I could certainly be wrong about that. No, they didn't. Dang it! Where did Maester Aemon die? But they were okay. So Maester Aemon went to Braavos with Sam and Gilly and the singer whose name I don't remember. And then they were abandoned by the singer, and then they caught the cinnamon wind and were brought by these fine individuals to outside Old Town. Zach, there's a bunch of books on that. There's a bunch of books on that ship. There's a bunch of real good books on that ship. There's a bunch of books. Those are the super important books that Maester Aemon thought the night that he brought from Castle Black. That he thought that the Citadel at Old Town needed. Does this have anything to do with those books?
You are very close to getting point. You are very close. I think you can thread the needle
here. Is Maester Aemon's body still on the Cinnamon Wind? Did they pickle him and put him in a rum cask? Am I remembering this correctly?
There is stuff about Aemon in one of these bits in a quote here. but that is not specifically his body is not. You were a lot closer with the books.
Marwyn's on the Cinnamon Wind. Marwyn's on the way. Marwyn is on the way to Meereen to talk to Daenerys, presumably.
Correct.
The captain of the Cinnamon Wind, whose name I also don't remember, he knows about the dragons. We know that. He and his daughter, I think, he and his kid were the ones who told Maester Aemon about the dragons. Oh, and no, he totally did die on the ship. 100%. He died on the ship.
That's how I remember it happening. It was already kind of sick, and then he gets on that ship, and he gets even more sick and dies.
Yeah, and in this very sad sequence, while they're in Bravos, they had booked passage, and and the captain refused to let them board, because Aemon was too sick. And he was like, the captain was like, I don't want him dying on my ship. So they ditched him in Bravos, and they had to catch another ride like weeks later.
No way. That's not what the wiki says. Actually, you were actually right the first time. They preserved his body.
Oh, they preserved his body in Bravos and then brought it back?
No, they preserved it on the boat. They wouldn't. Kohor Kuromo. I'm very bad at the SOC name. SOCian, not non-Westerosi names. We'll go with wouldn't allow them to burn it on the ship, according to the wiki. So Aemon's body is placed in a cask of rum to preserve it until they reach Old Town.
Yeah, that's it. There it is. Okay.
Or that is not where my theory is going.
Okay.
The books were closer.
All right. So we're talking about does the turn of phrase? No, that's insane. That's insane.
Thing.
That's insane, like Craster Targaryen. Okay. All right, Zach. All right. I will bite. Mm-hmm. Please give me another card.
So I bumped the number of quotes up to 12 because there's an additional bit of the theory I was originally not going to include that came to me as I was coming up with the theory, but I decided to include it.
It's amazing how talking about the theories makes the theories better. As long as you never talk to anyone who like disagrees with you, all of the things that you think become stronger over time.
You got a really big one. You rolled a 3.
Okay, hit me.
This is an exact quote from Marwyn. Gorgon of Old Gis, which is spelled Gorghan. Gorgon of Old Gis.
I think we can save the spelling corrections all for the end.
Sure. Once wrote that prophecy is like a treacherous woman. She takes your member in her mouth, and you moan with the pleasure of it, and think, how sweet, how fine, how good this is. And then her teeth snap shut, and your moans turn to screams. That is the nature of prophecy, said Gorgon.
Zach, I don't know how fast you think I can type. You moan with the pleasure of it.
You moan with pleasure of it, and think, how sweet, how fine, how good this is. And then her teeth snap shut, and your moans turn into screams. That is the nature of prophecy, said Gorgon. Prophecy will bite your prick off every time.
That's a good quote.
You got the most of the most important parts of the quarter in there, which is all that truly matters.
We're missing a little bit in there, but that's okay.
You got the real winners.
This is Marwyn to Sam, right?
is Marwyn DeSamis, and talks about prophecy.
Now, see, there's an issue with this, Zach.
Yes.
The issue is there's three things on this page,
Correct.
and the problem is that two of them contain the word member.
Yes.
I don't. Is that a bush around which I should be beating, so to speak?
There might be this might be a member related theory.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, Zach. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. All right. All right. We're talking about prophecy. We're talking about stating things that are. Stating things that are and lying about them. Misleading people. Misleading people and also dicks.
Treachery might be a good path to go down. It's just the avenue which you're gonna get down there
Treachery.
is treachery and expectations are definitely parts of this theory.
Okay. Let's see if we can. So we've got a heck of a lot of distance here, right? So we have prophecy, destiny, and truth, and penises. Destiny and statements of truth, and members. I'm gonna. Do I need to start talking about Theon Greyjoy?
Theon
Who
is an interesting case, but that's not a person's penis who is relevant to this conversation. There are other relevant penises, though.
That's not a relevant member.
Yes.
We're not making that dick distinct today.
No, that Theon has had his membership in this theory revoked.
Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this, and you knew I wouldn't.
I said this is a very, very dumb theory.
Okay, all right.
But
all right,
also, it's also one I fully expect to be true.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
I've got to get it on the record.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Let's talk about Azor Ahai, okay? In the story of Azor Ahai and Nissa Nissa, Azor Ahai attempts to make the sword Lightbringer 3 times. Right? Once by thrusting his blade into water.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Once by thrusting his blade into the heart of a lion. And once by thrusting his blade into his wife, Nissa Nissa. One could make the argument that that has some sexual connotations in that last little bit. Is that a member of this theory?
I have the best news you've heard all day.
Yeah.
Which is that nobody's penis is Lightbringer.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was out here. We got to talk about Rhaegar Targaryen. And he's like, well, the first time I tried to make Lightbringer, I thrust it into the water of the Trident. And the second time was thrust into the Lion of Lannister. And the third time was thrust into Lyanna. I don't care for any of that.
I did try and come up with a theory as someone who, as I was thinking about like the expanded universes theory, I did try and thread that needle before realizing that needle could not be thread.
You, my friend, underestimate what an army of nerds can do with 11 years.
That's true. Like that's why I'm putting this theory out there. This is the bedrock on which future member theories will be built.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it's not. I don't need to talk about the word. I don't need to talk about that, right? We don't need to go down. We're not going down that particular road.
It's not a Azor high penis theory, nor is it a very clever version of the stallion who mounts the world.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. We're talking about prophecy. Let's talk about prophecy.
Prophecy.
Let's talk about prophecy. Okay. Talking about prophecy. Talking about statements. Talk about honesty. No, let's not talk about prophecy. Let's talk about misinformation, right? So this is a statement about misinformation, right? This is a statement about
it's a statement about a lot of things. It's also a statement that makes some comparisons.
I think I'm going to beat around the bush, okay? Okay,
go for it.
One of my favorite things about fantasy and sci-fi world building is bled edges. Edges of a map that you don't know. Here there be dragons type stuff. And the edges of all of the map in A Song of Ice and Fire, all of the edges of that world map are really blurry. And the statements about what exists at the edge of those maps are shadowed and unclear, hearsay of hearsay sort of things. So the Five Forts, the city of Ashai, basically everything on Sothorios, and all of the fun little Lovecraft places all dotted all over Essos. We don't know anything about them.
And there's also stuff off the map that we don't even know if it exists.
Exactly. So are we talking about things off the edge of the map that are unclear, that are stated as one thing, but you're suggesting that there's some other thing? Are we moving in that kind of direction?
No.
Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to pull another card.
Let's roll you the D12.
This is fun from this
end. It is a lot of fun. I'm glad you're seeing it from the other angle. Okay, this is probably going to be a big hint for you. Miri Mazdur was trained in medicine by Marwyn. You roll the 5, by the way.
It's M-A-Z-Z or M-A-D or D-U-R-R.
Miri Mazdur is M-I-R-I-M-A-Z-D-U-U.
I knew there was a stupid double letter.
There was a couple.
Was it M-I-R-R-I?
M-I-R-R-I M-A-Z-D-U-U-R is what I have. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna put this up here in the Marwyn section. Yes, we know this. It is known. Miri Mazdur, who is the individual in book 1, who puts the poultice on Drogo and then he dies. It is unclear whether she killed him. I am of the opinion that she did. I think that it takes away a lot of her agency as a character if she didn't, but that's fine. I think that it being like a run-of-the-mill infection sort of is like that doesn't feel right, you know.
Yeah. It also it paints her as not being all that competent at medicine. If that was if a run-of-the-mill infection just killed someone like that, especially for all the what she like later trades away
Uh,
in terms of trying to like help Daenerys quote unquote resolve that. It just makes her look incompetent from that angle. So I agree with you that she almost certainly did that on purpose.
so I have. Can I do some red? Can I put some red things down?
Put some red things down and I'll let you know if you're going in the right direction or not.
Okay, I think that so we know. I'm only going to draw lines between things that I know are true, right?
Okay, yes.
We know that Miri and Marwyn trained together,
Yes, there's
right?
definitely a connection there.
We know that these two are connected, right? Miri Mazdur is dead. She was a Lazarene. There is a Lazarene in Meereen right now, the red sheep or the red goat or the crimson sheep or something like that. I can't imagine that he's relevant here. I know that there's a lot of speculation that the phrase Mazdur is a corruption of the word maester, although I don't have that at present. I don't have the word maester to underline, but I don't see how that would connect with the torment stuff, so I'm not going to leave that underlined. I know that Marwyn and Miri did they both train in Ashai together? Is that where they trained together? Melisandre
Uh,
also trained in Ashai. Is Melisandre relevant to this theory?
as I already said, there's no Mel in this
There's
theory.
no Mel?
We don't know exactly where they trained from. My bits of research, we know uh, they've been to Ashai, at the very least.
Yes.
Um, Mary Mazdur has been to Ashai, and she also trained with Marwyn. It's possible those happened at the same time. Uh,
Prophecy will bite your prick off every time. Oh, is this a Daenerys pregnancy theory? The thing that Miri Mazdur says that isn't exactly a prophecy, but definitely reads like one, where she's like,
mhm.
you will never have children. You will have children when when the mountains blow through the wind, blow in the wind like the leaves, and the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. To me, never, but there has been some real crazy speculation that those things might actually happen if like crazy apocalyptic scenarios do come about. Is that what we're driving at?
No, I think that's actually probably like um, Daenerys is a part of this theory for sure. But and like this being part of a change in her that might lead to that, entirely possible. But that's only with the additional tinfoil that I have. So we'll get there when we get there.
Okay. All right. So no mountains are blowing in the wind in your theory.
No,
Okay. Then I will. I'm gonna pull another card, Zach. I gotta pull another card. I haven't gotten a single ding yet, but I gotta pull another card.
it's I feel like it's gonna fall into place eventually.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, Quentin Martell
Yeah.
is not immediately killed after being burned by Viserion.
It's Vicerion. Viserion. Is there a Y in there?
Viserion. Hold on, no, it's Viserion. Granted, my spellings Viserion. I don't think
Eri.
I don't think it especially matters, but I believe that's how Viserion is spelled.
Viserion.
Yes.
There's no C's and no Y's in this Targaryen name? That's dumb.
Yeah. I might be wrong, but it's close enough either way.
We're putting it down there.
Yeah.
What do you? Furthermore, Zach, what are you talking about?
Okay, Quentin is alive, obviously, but
Quentin is alive.
Quentin is alive.
But also,
We
how
all
is
saw
this?
the famous
How
Preston
could
Jacobs video.
how could this possibly be relevant?
Start trying to thread the needle. Like you're getting boxed in. Like we're getting really close to what the theory is. I suppose you could call it more of a prediction than a theory. There isn't a lot of deep conspiracy here. There is when we get to the additional tinfoil, but you have not rolled any of the additional tinfoil stuff in the equation yet.
Are you pitching that Marwyn is gonna try to steal a dragon?
You're getting close.
You're pitching that Marwyn is on his way to Meereen. Marwyn's on his way to Meereen and is doing something in Meereen relevant to Quentin Martell and prophecies. Presumably, it's the only prophecy that's relevant. It's the Azor Ahai prophecy, which I assume he thinks refers to Daenerys because that's what Aemon thought, and that's why Marwyn hop, skipped, and jumped on down to the ships. But why? Why would that be? Why would that be relevant? Why is
You're brushing up against something. You're brushing up against something super hard. But you're not quite there yet. You're brushing up against something that is part of the theory. Not an essential part of the theory, but it is indeed part of the theory. But you're on the right track of the Marwyn going to Daenerys is the crux of this theory. So you definitely narrowed that down.
What the hunk of chunk does Quentin have to do with this? What are you talking about? Quentin Martell was not immediately killed. So that's the relevant part, right? That's the relevant part.
Yes.
Marwyn, no. Does the word black candle knock anything loose in your theory?
No.
Okay.
As far as I know, nobody's referred to their member as a black candle yet.
Am I
You had to set me up for that one.
Am I not driving hard enough down the membership tract?
This might, as evidence is sadly pointing out, be a member centric theory.
What could this possibly be, Zach? What could this possibly be? What could you possibly be driving at? Zach, I think I need another card.
As I said, this theory is dumb. It is irrelevant, and having read George R. R. Martin's writing, it is absolutely something that he would do.
Okay, all right. Give me one. Give me another one.
We rolled the exact same one that we just had. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we rolled the card again. Number 6.
Prophecy will bite your prick off every time.
This one might help you.
Okay.
Marwyn meets Sam in the Seneschal's court.
Oh, how do you spell Seneschal?
Seneschal.
Um, do I need to talk about? Do I need to use the turn of phrase perfumed seneschal?
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go. Okay.
Beware the perfumed seneschal.
Oh, I know what the thing is. Hold on. Seneschal. So,
Yes.
um, um, Daenerys, and this is Quaithe, right? Quaithe who thinks this?
Who says this, we do believe. Remember the undying, beware the perfumed seneschal. The remember the undying part is super irrelevant here, so you can just leave it at, but
Okay. So okay. I love this. I love this. I think I know where you're going, and I love it. All right. Um, when Tyrion is in Bravos, might not have been Bravos. When Tyrion is somewhere, he sees a ship. Oh, it is. It's either. I believe it's Pentos. Actually, it's Pentos because he's still with Illyrio.
yes.
Uh, he sees a ship, and the and Illyrio points. They see a ship, and he reads it. In High
Yeah.
Valyrian, he translates it as the fragrant steward, the
The
fragrant
stinky
steward,
steward.
and
Yeah.
Tyrion sort of mockingly says, "I call it the stinky steward."
Yes.
Um, are you suggesting that the cinnamon wind is that ship?
No, not exactly, but the ship name having an implication about the person on board it is 100% part of this theory. And Cinnamon Wind, for sure, sounds like a perfume sort of ordeal.
But you think are you who is the seneschal in the in Old Town? Are you suggesting that Marwyn is the perfume seneschal?
So, the higher up, the seneschal of, I'm glad you asked, and this probably should be, I'll give you a ding even though I didn't put this down, but the seneschal of Old Town, of the Maester's Tower or whatever community there, is decided by lottery every year among like the higher ups.
Okay.
Meaning that people get like assigned it because nobody actually wants to do it. Meaning that a lot of people who are maesters and higher up have been seneschal for a brief period of time. I do believe this is actually brought up in the same chapter as Marwyn's appearance, if I'm not mistaken.
I
But
believe so. I think he's only in one chapter.
yeah, I think he's only there at the end, and I think the talk about seneschals is in that chapter. I can look it up. I might be mistaken.
Uh okay. All right. I mean, okay. So who are you so wait a minute. What are you driving at and why is the word member relevant though?
The member is an additional little uh George R. Martin esque wink at camera moment. It's the bow on the top of this prediction theory, whatever you want to call it.
But how does a little Tom connect this? Oh, whoops! Connect this with this and this.
We're getting there.
Where the
We're
perfume
getting there, I
seneschal
promise.
Martell is not immediately killed after being burned by Viserion. Gorgon of Oldgate. Okay, yep. Prophecy. Miri Mazdur and Marwyn. So what do Miri Mazdur, Marwyn, and Quentin Martell have in common? Daenerys. Daenerys, I guess, is the answer.
Daenerys is absolutely, yeah. Daenerys is essential to this
Yeah,
theory. This is just as much a Daenerys theory as there's a Marwyn theory and a penis theory.
I hated every syllable in that sentence. Um, more like Marluz. Um,
Marluz. That might be a good path to go down. Uh,
um, okay, okay, all right. Come on, Tom. Work your brain muscles. Work your brain muscles. Flex them. Where? What? Uh, what are some of the prophecies surrounding Daenerys? Well, the relevant prophecy is the Prythian Seneschal. Um, are you suggesting that Doran Martell is working with Marwyn the Mage?
that sounds like something Preston Jacobs would believe, but that's not what I'm going for.
Preston Jacobs has never been proven wrong.
Didn't Preston Jacobs think that R plus L equals D?
Yeah, I said proven wrong.
True. I did just add another piece of evidence to this as I was double checking my research. I actually found more that makes me believe this theory,
All right.
but it's just additional dumbness, unfortunately. As I said, this might be the stupidest theory ever put to a paper, and I also am like 100% confident it's happening.
Are you suggesting that the perfumed seneschal is a dick? Are you suggesting that there's going to be some particularly well cared for dick that is like pleasantly fragrant, and you think that that's going to be the perfumed seneschal that Quaithe is referring to?
Part of me is tempted to like string you down this path for an hour, especially because I could make the argument that there's like that icy dick that Daenerys feels in a dream.
Yep.
But
Yep. Uh-huh.
I will no, the perfume seneschal is not a dick. However, to the official sponsor of this stream, Bad Dragon, I have a new product to pitch for you.
Perfumed Penishel. Zach, I need another card.
Oh, yes, you do.
Quentin Martell is not immediately killed after being burned by Viserion.
Okay, this one is going to make it all the more confusing.
Perfect.
Or maybe it will piece it together for you.
Okay.
This is a 2-for-1. You rolled number 12 here.
Okay.
Actually, I guess it should be number 11, but 12 and 13 are both additional tinfoil, so we'll call it 12, even though it should be 11. Two of the people in the room with Marwyn when we see him before he leaves are Sam, who is nicknamed the Lord of Ham and Sir Piggy, and Pate, who is not the real Pate, but says, "I am Pate, like the pig boy."
Says, like the big boy. Did I get that right?
Let me take a look. Yes.
Pate the pig boy.
Pate the pig boy, and the Lord of Ham, Samwell Tarly. Now, how could ham be relevant to this theory? How could a
I
pig be relevant to this
I
theory?
I don't know. There's another pig in the story.
Who's the other pig in the story?
There's another pig. There's Penny's pig. Penny's pig
Yeah,
in
Penny does.
Penny has a pig. Penny's pig is
Yeah.
called Pretty Pig. Is Pretty Pig relevant?
No, Penny's pig is not relevant. Although the gears are turning to make it relevant, I don't think I can stretch.
Penny's pig and Penny's dog are both great. It really sucks that they're both like absolutely fucking dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's another pig.
Who's the other pig?
We got the Abora High.
Oh yeah, there is a Bora High.
There's a lot
who
of
is-
pigs in this story.
Part of me was tempted to bring up the salt and smoke Azia Ham for this theory, but there's no good reason unless we want to start building like a tinfoil on top of the additional tinfoil at the end that we haven't even got to yet.
We can get there. We'll get there sooner or later.
We'll get there sooner or later.
Lord of Ham and Pig Boy. Why is pig relevant? Pig, pork, ham, bacon, snacks. There's a lot of food descriptions. Are food descriptions relevant?
Food descriptions are relevant, just maybe not in the way you're thinking.
Dang it! I really didn't want food descriptions to be relevant. How about this?
Like I said, George R. R. Martin.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there another quote in your collection of quotes about Quentin Martell comparing him to some sort of food item?
No, but you are so dangerously close to getting a ding that should a ding here that like you're very close to part of this theory. You're very close to there's an implication here that for sure it is a huge part of the theory.
Because we got stuff in mouths, right? Stuff in mouths up here, right? We got stuff in mouths down here, and we got stuff in mouths over here, and we got, well, not stuff in mouths, but at least food up there. I'm gonna start driving down the food track here, okay? I'm gonna start driving down the food track.
Please do that. That might actually the food path might be a way to solve this dick mystery.
Is Dixtery?
Dixtery.
Let's see. What else is compared to food? Well, just about everything's compared to food. I'm a hungry person, so I identify with George R. R. Martin when he puts food descriptions in every chapter. In this chapter, in the chapter where this happens, Viserion, Rhaegal, when Quentin goes to feed Rhaegal, he throws a sheep at them, I guess. Rhaegal roasts it in the air and then snatches it before it hits the ground. In this really cool scene. There's no Robert Pig anywhere in this story. No Robert Pig.
There's you might as well get yourself a ding here. Danny's dragons are known to eat farm animal meat, and there is mention of them eating pork. Ham.
Hold on. Danny's.
I believe Victorian, if I'm remembering correctly, might also be baiting them with ham.
Danny's dragons eat sheep. There's another dragon that eats sheep.
It's not the sheep in particular. It's the like they you know, meat off of things that they cook with their own dragon fire.
How do you want me to phrase that?
Uh,
If you want me to phrase that.
uh, uh, Danny's dragons like uh, cook and eat living beings. Would probably be the way to put it. Beings. There's an eye missing there. Bengus. I mean, it's closer, I guess.
Take that, spelling nerds. Yeah. Danny's dragons cook and eat living beings. They sure do. Um. Hold the phone here. Hold the phone here. Danny eats a horse heart.
Yeah, Danny also gets into some weird eating habits.
Danny eats a horse heart? Is that relevant?
No, I think there's a thing that should. Yeah, I'll give you. There's something that should be on here that isn't because it's not from the books. It's from real life knowledge. What are humans said to taste like?
Humans are said to taste like pig.
Mm-hmm.
Humans taste like pork. Huh. Huh. Humans taste like pork. Humans do taste like pork. Perfume seneschal. Cinnamon wind. Are we are you making prophecy will bite your prick off every time? Is Marwyn in that? Are you suggesting broadly that people who are prophesized about are going to be eaten by dragons?
You are getting very, very close to this theory's endpoint. You are getting real close.
What do you mean? Are you suggesting that something in particular will happen to individuals who are prophesied about? Are you suggesting that they will be mutilated?
There is absolutely some mutilation, some being eaten, some prophecy. We're getting real close there. You're so close to nailing this theory.
Humans do taste like pork. Okay. Are you suggesting that the dragons are inclined to? Are you suggesting that Quentin was killed intentionally slowly so he could be eaten?
That's definitely like a part of the theory is that he was not burned to the point that he died. He was burned to the point that he was uh like medium rare, I guess is the way to put it.
They do chomp down on a bunch of living people in that scene, but
Yes, they do.
they also chomp on dead people too.
That's true, but they don't really seem to care. It's more the implication. The amount of cooked you need to be tasty to them is not the amount of cooked you need to be dead.
Are you suggesting that the dragons are some god awful metaphor for necrophilia or something like this?
No, it's not that gross. Like I said, this is dumb. It's not gross, unless you don't like discussion of members categorically. But
I'm broadly speaking a fan of discussions of members.
Okay, good, good. Then this is the theory for you.
What does any of this have to do with anything? So
You're so
Marwyn,
close.
okay. So Marwyn is on the way to Miriam, right?
Yes.
Marwyn is on the way to Miriam, having left behind Sam and going to the place that Quentin just got flame broiled, right?
Yes.
Is Marwyn go? Are you suggesting Marwyn is going to intentionally sacrifice himself to the dragons? I still have
Not
no idea
intentionally.
where the membertifor is in all of this.
Not intentionally.
Zach, I think I need another card.
If you you should put down you've gotten at least part of the theory though, which would I guess is kind of a ding, but like you I, it's not like one of my textual evidence things. It's just like a piece of the theory you seem to have figured out. I just don't. You haven't figured out the exact details, which is that I do believe Marwyn will die a dragon-y death.
Okay.
You need another card.
Marwyn will die a dragony death.
You can put that in a different color if you want.
Marwyn will die. Marwyn. You know what? We'll do one of these. We'll do one of these. We'll give it a question mark.
Yeah.
Give it some parentheses too. We like parentheses around here. Marwyn will die to the dragons. Miri died to the dragons, so to speak.
So to speak.
Quentin Martell died to the dragons.
Yeah. The dragons killing people is a common occurrence. All right.
All right, give me another card. Give me another card. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm tasting what you're flavoring.
Oh, okay. It keeps rolling one. I thought I hadn't. I gave it two already, but I did not. Number one is that Marwyn wrote a book called The Book of Lost Books.
A man after my own heart. Zach, I got some bad news. I don't know if that helps me.
It's that that could have helped earlier, but I think we've kind of narrowed down like where we're going with this. I think it's just a nice little bit of flavor, and it plays really well with the initial quote.
Zach, I'm gonna be honest. I still don't know where we're going with this.
Look at the initial quote again.
Yeah. If I had me a nice goose quill and a pot of Maester's ink, I could write down that me member was long and thick as me arm. Wouldn't make it so.
Now, you thought about that as like the lying and deception, but Tormund immediately puts two concepts together in our brains. One of which is creating books, and the other is members.
Uh-huh. So we're what? So we're what? We're suggesting that books are metaphors for dicks?
Which would make the Book of Lost Books
The Dick of Lost Dicks? Okay. Okay. Prophecy will bite your prick off every time. Wait a minute. Wait. Are books dicks and prophecies vaginas?
No.
Good.
This is getting to the point where the theory gets a little literal.
Zach, I'm gonna need you. I don't know where the logical step you made is, but you need to show it to me, because I keep falling into the cavern. Zach, Zach, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh man.
Zach, you said at the beginning, no, this is more like a prediction. What could you possibly be predicting?
I'm sure someone in the audience is like, no, it's pretty clear to me where
What are
he's
you
going with this.
talking about? What? I don't even know where the penis energy is here. Are there more cards? How many more cards are there?
There are more cards.
Give me
Yeah.
another card, please.
It sounds like you're at least amused,
Oh
which
my
which is
god,
fun.
it's ludicrous.
I didn't think we'd get this far. I thought you would immediately unbox this and be like, oh, that's where it's going.
Luna. No,
Okay.
give me another card.
I'm rolling a die, but we're getting to the point where it's like almost impossible not to roll something we already have.
Standard practice. You roll something we already have. Just round up.
Okay. To the nearest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that fair and evenly distributed? No, but who cares?
There's only one left that that does not get into the additional tinfoil.
All right. What's the last piece? Tell me what the Give me the last piece of the puzzle
the
so I can
additional
clearly see it.
the additional tinfoil does sort of help, but
What's the last piece of this god awful puzzle?
This is between John and Torment.
Okay.
You said she bit your member off. Only half. And half me member is twice as long as any other man. Torment snorted.
You know what? I'm just gonna embrace the penis energy. I love Tormund Giantsbane, man.
Every Torment member quote is one of my most treasured A Song of Ice and Fire quote.
So
they're just so good.
So is this him talking about him being this is Tormund husband to bears? Is that this one?
It's that's him basically saying that one, it implies a lot of things about his penis that can't possibly be true, although that might be an additional theory some other day. But it does get very much the dick biting off aspect of the story that has been referenced more than once. I think these two quotes here are only like most direct it gets, but the idea of dicks being bit like that occurs in the story.
Whoop. Zach, I'm not happy about this.
I can imagine I'm not quite happy about it.
Zach, formally, what the fuck? You said she bit your member off. Only half, and half my member is twice as long as any other man.
Okay.
But okay, so books are dicks. We've established this. Dragons are pussies. We've established this too.
No, that's not.
So
You might want to draw an arrow
you
from the Mary
take
Mazders.
you take
Sorry,
the,
go ahead.
you take the dicks. So you are suggesting that George R. R. Martin is implying that the concept of reproduction is a metaphor for the destruction of information. You throw the books or Dix or Quentin into the fire or dragon or pussy, and then they combust and then they're gone forever. Is that what I'm understanding? It's a metaphor for wedlock. It's a metaphor for wedlock. Zach, have I cracked it?
No.
Have I cracked it?
You've gone too deep. You've gone too deep into theory hell, and I don't think you can come out.
You've gone too deep, so to speak.
So to speak.
I've only gone. I go twice as deep as any other man. Zach, what are you talking about? What am I drawing an arrow between?
Mary Mazdur and Beware the Perfume Seneschal.
Why? Why would I do that? Zach, why would I do that? Oh, what are you talking about?
And then you can.
So every prophecy that Daenerys heard in the House of the Undying, and every prophecy that she heard from Quaithe.
Yes.
Right? Each of these is a metaphor for an individual person that she's going to have sex with, including Marwyn. Is that where we're going?
That plays well with the additional tinfoil.
Zach, I need you. I don't. There's been a disconnect somewhere. I have no idea what's going on. All I can do is riff about dicks. That's all I can do. That's all you've given me room to do.
This is a theory about dicks. Like I don't know, like where you're trying to shove a metaphor in here.
Oh my god! I need a little bit of lube, otherwise the metaphor isn't gonna fit.
Thank you for the Bad Dragon for sponsoring this video.
This section sponsored by Bad Dragon.
I wonder how much like they would sponsor these videos, right? If we got any amount of viewership,
I think so.
Get to 10,000 subscribers in the Interesting Nerd Club, and we'll open up every video talking about today's sponsor, Bad Dragon.
Hey, Bad Dragon, we got you. We got you covered. Absolutely,
we will gladly take your sponsorship.
Let me see. Hold on. We'll see who. Hold on. Who owns Bad Dragon dildos?
I bet they're independent.
I think they've got to be owned by somebody. Oh my god, look at that. It's Bad Dragon Enterprises.
Oh, good for them. Independently owned and operated Dragon dildos. That's the American dream right
I
there.
need you to guess what the name of the CEO of Bad Dragon Enterprises is.
This is George R. R. Martin?
It's not. This human being's name is Paul Prophet.
How is the prophet like the Jesus or prophet like the money?
Prophet like the money.
That's fucking amazing. That's great.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Zach, give me. I need. You gotta give me a push here. I don't know where you're going.
Do you? I'm dangerously low on context, unfortunately. Do you want me to thread this together for you?
Yeah, just give me a nudge in the right direction.
Daenerys is very concerned that the prophecies are coming true because she's had some of them validated, like the Sun's son, who she now knows she can't trust, Quentin Martell.
But now hold the well, go ahead.
And she might be on edge in trying to avoid the one who she is specifically told to beware. She's mentioned the Sun's son, the Murderous Dragon, stuff like that. She's specifically told, however, to beware the perfumed seneschal. That's the big scary one. And I think that she is on the lookout for someone who might fit that description, even if they don't fit it perfectly.
And you think that Marwyn fits that enough that Dany will mistake him for the perfumed seneschal and set his cloak ablaze?
And perchance this plays well with the additional tinfoil that we're not at yet, but perchance since he clearly has an interest in her dragons, she'll take the opportunity to use the dragons as a form of ironic punishment. Oh, you're so interested in my dragons. Why don't you go see them?
Yeah, come and meet them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, with Daenerys' slow burn Mad Queen reveal, would be a perfect little, setup, especially because she's going to remember the name Marwyn the Mage. She's going to remember it specifically in the context.
Yeah, she's going to remember. Mirri Maz Duur said, I trained with Marwyn the Mage.
Yeah, the woman who betrayed her and killed her husband. The only man she really, loved.
How dare you talk smack about Daario Naharis?
Daario Naharis, of course, yeah. She definitely loves him.
All right, please continue.
Doesn't have, a kind of problematic relationship with him.
I dare you to name a relationship in the series that isn't problematic.
Ned and Catelyn?
Oh, yeah! Ned and Catelyn. The arranged marriage.
It worked out. So she's going to see this man who performs a duty that, who may have at one point been a seneschal, but, performs duties of which calling him a seneschal would not be, completely uncouth, based on the responsibilities that a maester is supposed to take up, who rides aboard a vessel that sounds mysteriously like a perfume, the Cinnamon Wind, come and say, hey, yo, show me them dragons. And she's immediately going to go, I've caught him, the perfumed seneschal, riding in on Cinnamon Wind. That's what the prophecy's talking about. I'm Daenerys Targaryen. I'm good at determining prophecy. And my inability to determine prophecy will not at any point be relevant. And then she takes him down to the dragon pit as a form of ironic death. I'll show you my dragons.
All right.
At which point, because of a prophecy that he could not be aware of, a grievous and horrible death befalls Marwyn, in which one of the dragons sets him on fire and then bites directly into his lower abdomen. Tom, prophecy will bite Marwyn's dick off. Now I want you to internalize that and then imagine George R. Martin turning away from his computer and winking directly at the camera. And tell me it's not going to happen.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, Zach, the same thing's going to happen to Tormund.
There's also an implication that Tormund will actually get his dick bit off.
Oh,
yes.
No. Oh no. I like
Yes.
Tormund's dick. It's my favorite dick in the series. I don't re-
It's definitely up there.
I don't care about Marwyn's dick. It's probably old and musty. I love Tormund's dick.
The funny
It's,
thing is, there's a lot of connections between Tormund's Dick, books, maesters. Well, like, there's like the one quote there. If you think about it,
I thought you
and
were about
also
to pull out more.
no,
I love how you ended that sentence with, well, there's that quote there. Oh,
if you really think about it, there's a connection.
yeah, there's a lot of connections like that one. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Uh, but Tormund does also talk about losing your memory over time. He does talk about if you don't use it frequently enough, it shrinks, and then one day you wake up and it's gone.
Man,
So
he does talk about his dick a lot.
yeah,
It would be thematically appropriate for him to lose his dick. Like
as
we've talked a number of times about the Lannisters losing the things that make them who they are, right? Uh
yes,
Cersei loses her hair, Jaime loses his hand, and there's a lot of speculation that Tyrion's going to lose his tongue.
Tyrion loses a tongue. He also he lost his face.
Yeah.
Partially, his nose got cut off. There's also interesting connections in that Cersei, who lost might lose her foot, which is also connected to Jaime's hand because I believe when they were born, Cersei's hand was holding on to Jaime's, or just Jaime's hand was holding on to Cersei's foot, which would also represent the final tie between them being broken. And there's another thing I wanted to point out, which is George R. R. Martin loves for people's words to ironically backfire on them. He loves that shit.
He really
He
does.
writes that whenever he can. And Marwyn says that prophecy will bite your prick off every time, very loudly and proudly. And the most ironic thing that could happen is him trying to avoid prophecy, running into a prophecy that has nothing to do with him, and getting his prick bitten off.
Huh.
Now, would you like to go through the additional tinfoil? Because we can go deeper.
I'm not sure. Because I'm still concerned about what the hell this is.
What the hell? What is now?
What the hell this over here? The heck is going on over on this side?
We can get into deeper additional tinfoil. But,
okay, all right, go ahead.
That's probably for another day before we get into Samuel Tarly Zabor Ahai with but we'll get into the insane tinfoil. I have additional tinfoil about who Marwyn is. Marwyn might have a secret identity.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Who's Marwyn? Is Marwyn Howland Reed?
No, I'm gonna read you this quote.
Okay.
Ask yourself why Aemon Targaryen was allowed to waste his life upon the wall, when by rights he should have been raised to Archmaester.
You know, that struck me as odd when I was rereading through. This is from the same this is from that same conversation with Marwyn, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That struck me as odd as well.
His blood was why. He could not be trusted. No more than can I. Archmaester. No more than can I.
His blood was why he couldn't be trusted. No more than can I. That's a good quote, dude. That's a good quote. I like that quote.
Now, there's a wonderful implication at the end there, Tom.
Yeah, there sure is. There sure is. So about how old is Marwyn? About?
We
Do we
don't
have a
have
sense
a
of that?
good exact age from Marvin. But
His
we do know he's older, for sure. He has white hair coming out of his nose and ears, which either means he's old or I don't know, from a famous dynasty with white hair. Uh,
I think I know one or two of those. Who are you suggesting Marwyn is? Because he's an archmaester, right? He's been at the Citadel 40 years minimum, right? So he's got
yeah,
to be 60, 65 years old. So whoever you're suggesting has to have come from the time of Dunk and Egg and Bloodraven and Bittersteel and all that. And the bookish younger brother is already kind of accounted for in Maester Aemon. Who else is in there? Hold on, I'm getting my phone. Let's see who are the other Targaryen cousins. Are you suggesting Marwyn Targaryen? He does kind of have a Targaryen name.
yeah, he does sort of have a Targaryen name.
Yeah. I do not know where my phone went, so I will not be doing that. Okay, all right. Tell me who we driving at here? Who we driving at?
Uh, I have some theories here.
Okay.
I'm not sold on any of them. Uh, but with his love of weird magical shit, uh, that he is very much known to have, uh, there is a little bit of a plot thread that doesn't go anywhere, uh, of a Targaryen who goes off to distant lands and just sort of dies while out there, possibly having fathered some children.
Okay. You
That
th-
is,
you think that he's from just another house of another branch of House Targaryen?
he could be a bright flame.
Oh, you think he's the last dregs of the Bright Flame plotline? You think it's Marwyn Brightflame? You think it's Marwyn Brightflame?
I think that's possible. I
Think
think
it's Marwyn Brightflame?
uh, I should note that there's a lot of M names in his family line. His son was Maegor,
Yeah.
uh, and I believe he was the child of Maekar. That was back at a different point in
Zach, would you please look up for me the other members of the Selmy family?
sure.
Something's just ringing a bell somewhere in the back. You know what I mean?
You thinking of a member of the Selmy family?
Yeah, I think there's something's ringing a bell somewhere.
And Barristan Selmy killed Malus the Monstrous, if that's what you're thinking. But House Selmy.
Yeah, with them we're really diving deep into
There's the only Selmys we know are Barristan's father Lionel and and a uh, like grandnephew of his named Arston Selmy, who's currently the head of House Selmy. Those are the only Selmys we know.
Okay. Okay, then I retract.
Okay.
Hold on, let's see. So,
But
Aemon Targaryen. Please talk to me about Aemon Targaryen.
Aemon Targaryen was, by all rights, the person who should have inherited had he not been a maester. And also, as Marwyn says, he should have been Archmaester. Like we talked about this in a previous video with there's Aemon got a mention, I believe. He avoided many monumentous things to be just the Maester at the wall when nobody cared about the wall, and the wall's most like a period of longest irrelevance.
Huh.
He could have been king, but they chose Aegon the Unlikely. He could have been Archmaester, but they sent him to the wall. Ooh.
Huh. Huh. Zach, this is an interesting thing you got here.
Well, it also means that this also foreshadows some things if it's true, because if he's a bright flame or a secret Targaryen or something of that sort, and Marwyn knows this, Marwyn might try and show up like, and this would make him more likely to trip off like Daenerys's like alarm that this is the perfume seneschal. He might come in saying like, "Hey, Daenerys, big fan. By the way, like, want to help you out with all this stuff. Really love magic, dig dragons, want to check them out. Also, we might be related. Hey, don't go around telling everybody, but one of my ancestors, totally a Targaryen." And that like causes Daenerys to flip out and think that this guy's lying to me, and then have him killed in hilarious dick biting fashion, and then that is a like warning sign to Daenerys's future kinslaying when she meets the when she meets young Griff sitting on the Iron Throne, and young Griff says, "Hey, I'm your nephew," and then she kills him anyways, not knowing whether that's true or not. That would be like a nice little setup that she will kill a member of her family if it means getting her throne.
Aryan Bright Flame.
And whether that's true or not, Marwyn pretending to have Targaryen ancestry seems like something he could probably pull off. And he certainly implies it with that last quote. No, he couldn't be trusted no more than I because of his blood.
Couldn't be trusted no more than I.
Now, he's also implying that Targaryens have magic blood, which he definitely believes, which is why he's going to see Daenerys in the first place. But there's more there. Peel back.
Maegor Targaryen, son of the Prince Aerion and Princess Daenora, born in 232, which would make him, 68? He was given his name by his sire, who died the same year he was born. According to semi-canon source, the name was a provocation since King Maegor the First Targaryen has a poor reputation. Prince Aerion died later that year from drinking wildfire. After the death of his grandfather, King Maekar the First Targaryen, Maegor was one of the claimants at the Great Council of 233. Only a few spoke up for him, and his claim was turned down because he was an infant and there were fears Maegor would inherit his father's madness. His uncle Aegon V was instead chosen king. It has
Aegon the Fifth was
it has
Aegon the Unlikely, right?
it has no death date, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that somebody would have kept track of a flippin' errant Targaryen.
Yeah, especially one that what it said Aegon the Fifth was chosen
Yeah,
in
yep.
that.
That's the same council you're talking about.
Yeah, that is Aegon the Unlikely. That is Aemon's younger brother. He was alive around the same time as someone who died just very recently. Now Aemon is very old, but Marwyn could be. We don't know Marwyn's age. We just know that he's old. But he's
But
like you said, he's got to be at least 60.
yeah, he's not old like Aemon is, right? He's
We
still
don't. Well, we
entirely
don't.
he's still entirely ambulatory.
That's true. But we also don't know. He is also known to mess around with magic and medicine, so he might know some tricks to keep himself not as aged.
It's also entirely realistic that he could have learned some of those tricks from his father's teachings.
It's true.
Marwyn Brightflame? Marwyn Brightflame? Zach Marwyn Brightflame?
No, I'm briefly. I'm just saying, entirely possible.
He has white hair coming out of his nose and ears. His ring, rod, and mask are made of Valyrian steel.
Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
He has some Targaryen traits about him, doesn't he?
Marwyn Targaryen? Marwyn Brightflame? Oh my god, Zach. He uh 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 he trained outside Westeros.
Yes, he did.
He spent a lot of time outside of Westeros after Aerys lost the throne, after Aerys was killed. He spent a lot of time outside Westeros so that he wouldn't be like hunted down and assassinated by Robert.
He didn't want they're looking for Targaryens to kill. Yeah. He goes off on a long journey right as soon as Targaryens start dropping like flies. Yes.
He let's see. Who do you think killed all the dragons the last time around? Zach, that can be taken metaphorically in this case, not the
Yeah.
literal dragons. Is that a suggestion that the Maesters for some reason had a hand in the downfall of the Targaryens?
That's actually explicitly like implied by the Southern Ambitions quote that the Maesters put together the coalition that led during the War of the Five Penny Kings.
Yeah,
Uh,
but also like who is that? Barbary Dustin? She's crazy.
yes, but the Song of Ice
I
and Fire is nothing but crazy people being surprisingly right about things.
fine. Archmaester
For-
Perrin. You know what, dude? You know what, dude? I mean, it kind of works.
It kind of works. I have
I,
it's all speculation. I have no evidence for it. I have far more evidence towards George R. R. Martin writing highly ironic dick-related deaths for both Marwyn and Tormund. More so Marwyn than Tormund, but I think both of them are entirely likely that George R. R. Martin can't resist a good ironic death as he
Zach,
begins writing this.
Zach,
Mhm.
I do have something that yes, I do have something that pokes a little bit of a hole in this. The name,
That's a wonderful phrasing.
the first name Marwyn comes up elsewhere.
Where
Marwyn
else is
Marwyn Belmore, who is a guard in the Eyrie. Uh, let's see if we can see anything about House Belmore. Yeah, there we go. I assume it's a Vale. Yep, it is in the Vale. So I don't know that. Yeah, it was founded before the Andal invasion. So at the very least, the first name Marwyn is not a Targaryen
Uh, well, we don't know that for sure. We have um plenty of Aegon and Aemon Freys, so
That's
it's
true.
not as if
Yeah,
it's not as if the culture didn't cross over a little bit.
that's true. That's true. You're right. Uh, um, huh. The House Belmore of Strongsong their arms are covered in bells. Huh.
Huh.
Okay. Uh, okay. All right. All right. Did you have one more piece of tinfoil you want to throw in here right at the end?
Uh, uh, I just like to note how this pairs up really well with Varys's story. Uh, of what happened specifically to the only other character we've known. Well, okay, besides Theon, which is in the books only really implied, not explicitly shown, like it is in the Bad Dragon show.
I don't
The only
know.
character
I don't know. I just
it's
reread those chapters. It's pretty.
it's heavily implied,
It's
but he
very
never.
heavily implied.
Well, we also don't know how that story ends, but actually no, wait, no, it still works because there's also the theory that he will invalidate the King's Moot and become king of the Iron Islands.
I mean, yeah, like
Uh,
Zach, you were thinking about that the wrong way. You were thinking about it like this doesn't include Theon because of these reasons, when you should instead be like, no, it does include Theon for these reasons. Yeah, no,
yes,
Theon actually strengthens this argument.
yes, because that would and oh, Tormund was a king before he knelt to Mance as well. Uh, and this goes really well with the Varys' secret Blackfire theory, because and everybody who loses a cock in the book will have king's blood.
Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Everyone who yeah, yeah, everyone
Yeah,
who loses yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Huh. Huh. Yeah, okay. That's our show, everybody.
now if you can come up with a way to put all these cock removals with a Azor Ahai theory, we would love to hear it in the
Yeah,
comments.
if you can manage to stitch all of those dicks together into one mega dick, please do. All right.
Uh,
Like we have a lot of penis theorization here. If anyone has any other genital related comments that they want to put below, if they want to make videos as responses on their own genital related theories, we encourage you to do so. Uh, Thank you very much for watching, and we hope that you guys all come again. Goodbye.
our
Goodbye.